So here we are then, the world of what? Yes, James Watt, your host with the most. We're here to dissect what's going on in the world of what at the moment. Do you want to start officially? I think probably a lot of time radio shows start with weather forecasts. I don't know why that is, but we ought to carry this on here, I feel. So let's do the weather forecast. Okay?
Not too hot for us to be reasonably energetic.
Yes.
But warm and dry enough to enable us to sit down and admire the views when we reached the top.
Thank you. Posh woman doing the weather forecast. Thank you very much indeed. Obviously, the weather was not necessarily right, and it was a posh woman. But there we go. She could have been right. She could have hit lucky. And interesting because we've been having some great weather in the UK recently, and it's people get very, very excited. Do you remember in the old days? Do you remember the old days when they said the weather? Okay, they said hot and sunny, lovely. Go out, enjoy the sunshine. It's going to be hot and sunny. Enjoy the sunshine. Hurrah, 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 hurrah. Now, no. They say, well, it's going to be sunny today, but if you don't like the sun, you can always stay inside. And don't forget to slip, slap, slop, stick it all on. And it comes with a warning. Sunny weather now comes with every weather comes with sunny weather comes with a warning. Bad weather comes with a warning. Only cloudy weather so far does not have a warning. So I wonder if in life we are now getting warnings. We are getting warnings for everything. Don't eat nuts, or it may contain nuts, okay, on a packet of nuts. So what is this? Okay, I do like the fact that even something great now comes with a warning. And so in that honour, we have to say the world of what, which you're listening to right now, does come with a warning, because it may well, in actual fact, be rubbish. But if you're willing to take that risk, carry on listening. We would love to have you as long as we can. Now, here's the thing. Now, Lady Watt was out and about in the supermarket the other day, and she thought what she'd do for the barbecue season. Must give you a warning about the barbecue season, though, because it is very dangerous having a barbecue, apparently. There's all sorts of things it does to you. Anyway, she thought what would be nice to have with the hamburgers would be some onion rings on the side. Well, you know, I know, particularly healthy as well. So she went to the supermarket and looked up and down the frozen aisle for the frozen onion rings and couldn't find them. So she went and found the manager of the shop and said, "Hey, excuse me, where are your onion rings? Because I can't see them here. I looked all the way up and down the frozen aisle, no onion rings." And you know what she said? And you won't believe what the woman said. This is the manager of the shop. She said to Lady Watt, she said, no, you can't have onion rings in the summertime. They're seasonal. Onion rings are seasonal. Can you believe that? I never knew that. This is in a cheaper European style supermarket. You know the ones I mean. Okay, you cannot get onion rings in the summertime. So when do you think the season is for onion rings? Because Lady Watt did delve a little bit deeper into when the onion ring season was, because we all know when the asparagus season are. That's sort of late spring, isn't it? And we know where other seasons are, but we were unsure of when the frozen onion ring season was. And I can reveal this now because it might be useful to know this. The frozen onion ring season is Christmas. Okay, so according to the European supermarket, the onion ring season is Christmas. Onion rings are a Christmas food. Now, don't call me picky. Well, you can if you want to, but I don't think. No, I don't. I don't think onion rings are a Christmas food. I have never eaten or wanted to eat onion rings with my turkey and trimmings and my sausages and my mashed potatoes and my stuffing. I've never thought what this meal is missing is some onion rings. Onion rings are Christmas food, according to a European supermarket. And it's not just me. I spoke to a mate of mine in a different part of the country, and he went and did a test for me, okay? And you know what he went? He went and couldn't find the onion rings, asked the man stacking the shelves, and he said, oh, no. they're seasonal. And onion rings are seasonal, okay? So I think we ought to start a campaign. Would you like to join my campaign? Please do subscribe and email and tweet and whatever you do to me, okay, to join my Make Onion Rings More Summery Than Wintry. Because I would suggest the summertime, when you're having burgers and things on, but perhaps, in barbecues, don't forget barbecues are dangerous, is the time you want onion rings. Onion rings, that's the time you want onion rings. You don't want them for Christmas dinner. So this European supermarket this may be the crux of Brexit, okay? European supermarkets are telling us when we can eat onion rings. So if you want to join my campaign to make onion rings a year-round food, do get in touch, okay? At James Watt UK on Twitter. We'll repeat all this stuff at the end of the section. No problem at all. There we go. And I want to set me thinking, are there other foods that are onion? Now, another mate of mine who did a test for me said, oh, no, onion rings. Onion rings, they're seasonal, mate. They are still selling frozen pancakes. Who knew you could get such a thing? But they are selling frozen pancakes, and they are definitely out of season. Absolutely, for sure, out of season, and that the same supermarket is selling frozen pancakes, but they are refusing to sell onion rings. I think that is a disgrace, and there should be a message in Parliament about it. Let's blame the government. Blame the government. There we go. So, and if you can think of any other foods that should be only available at certain times, I was thinking of baked beans could only be available maybe in the autumn, because that would be a good time for me to relaunch my James Watt baked beans. You know James Watt baked beans. We invented them a few years ago, just in order to, we thought that the big brands were taking that. We thought there was a market for James Watt baked beans, a sort of radio marketing promotional thing. Instead of having car stickers like radio stations do, used to in the old days, don't think they do anymore. But you could have James Watt baked beans to give away as freebies to listeners that loved you. And we got all the way through doing the baked beans. We got the jingle. We did everything apart from doing the product. So here we go. And we got a jingle for James Watt baked beans from my mate Toby LaRoe. Thank you, Toby.
When lunch is but a memory and dinner's some way off.
Yeah.
There's something that can satisfy and it gives you bottom coughs. Just open a can and warm them up. They're ready in a jiffy. It's Watt's baked beans. They're really great, but they make your undies whiffy.
Ah, yes. All sing along. The James Watt baked bean is coming soon.
Watts's baked beans. Give me Watts's baked beans. They're made with ease and topped with cheese.
Watts's baked beans. Available soon, as soon as we make them. We haven't made them yet. We could just
give me Watts's baked beans.
Rip off the other ones and put a new label
It's
on.
food, not art. They make you smile. It's Watts's baked beans.
Thanks, Mum.
Yeah.
We love Watts's baked beans.
Watts's baked beans, but they will be seasonal, only available in the autumn, in the windy season. Thank you. Also this week, it set me thinking. I was thinking, I don't know if you do this at all, this is the World of Watt, by the way. World of Watt, the podcast. And I don't know if you ever think about it. I was thinking about Kirsty Allsop, the location lady. And I was thinking, how would you describe Kirsty Allsop? You would say, and I think this is okay to say this. I think she is thinking man's crumpet. Are we allowed to say that in this year? Is this now allowed to say thinking man's crumpet, or is that now a banned? With a good warning. We are going to say something slightly offensive. Thinking man's crumpet is no longer allowed. Well, I think it is still allowed, and it's everything that Kirsty Allsop is definitely thinking man's crumpet. And here's the thing about what it is. It's a polite way of saying you fancy somebody, isn't it? Ah, yes, this woman here. She is thinking man's crumpet. So it means that also the woman is attractive, but what it is also saying, as the man, you're saying, I'm quite clever. I am quite a clever man, and I think she's sexy. You're not just saying, this person is pretty sexy. You're just saying, I'm clever, and I think she's sexy. And it set me thinking about thinking man's crumpet and whether, who is thinking man's crumpet. All right, and some friends of mine were discussing this, and they came with all sorts of names of the usual suspects. You know, Carol Vorderman could be described as thinking man's crumpet. All right, and then somebody said, "What about Rachel Riley, the younger one off Countdown nowadays?" And I said, "No. Rachel Riley is not thinking man's crumpet. She is purely just crumpet." And that's it. So is it, if someone calls you thinking man's crumpet and you're a woman, okay, take the compliment. But I believe that if you are thinking man's crumpet, you are a woman of a certain age. We're not saying old, but we're saying you are not in your 20s. I don't think you can be thinking man's crumpet in your 20s or maybe 30s. I don't think women in their 20s and 30s can be thinking man's crumpet. What do you think? Do you think I'm right on this one? So I think thinking man's crumpet is secret code for men saying, "Hey, I'm quite clever," and I quite fancy this slightly older woman, which is probably about the same age as you are. Okay, so there we go. Thinking man's crumpet. Quick updates today on the Psychic Sponge. This is the Psychic Sponge that predicts World Cup matches. Very, very exciting. A 100% success rate on that. We are thinking about extending the brand to other things. So if you want something predicting with the James Watt Psychic Sponge, do let us know. If you don't know how this works, search it out on YouTube. It's hard to find because no one else cares. But it is there. What we do, we've got a sponge, and we each end of the bath we have the thing, okay, the decision to be made, England versus whoever. England tends to go at the tap end for some reason, because I always feel we're the underdogs as a general rule. And what you do, then you with the Spoon of Destiny, which is a back scrub, you create a vortex with the Spoon of Destiny, and then you plunge the sponge into the vortex, and then the sponge goes round and round and round, and you can look at the game or look at the thing you're trying to work out, and where the sponge rests, which end of the bath, reveals what the answer is. And so far, the Psychic Sponge has been 100% correct. Now, this has been the James Watt World of Watt. We thank you for getting this far, which is quite amazing. And if you'd like to subscribe, that is great. Just World of Watt, search it out on iTunes and the rest of them. We're all there. And do send us an email or a text or a tweet. JamesWattUK.com is our website. Hello at that, or just tweet at James Watt UK. So if you've got any thoughts on onion rings, want to join our brigade, want some sponge news, and crumpet, thinking man's crumpet, all available from the World of Watt. I thank you.